Hello and welcome to the eMite ServiceNow demo. We're going to cover basic drill down, drill through and linking. We'll cover creating a new KPI, and we'll also cover building an executive dashboard. So firstly, we have basic drill down and drill through capability. So if we go into this example here, we can see the incidents over time. I can go into a particular month and then see the breakdown within that month of the incidents assigned to the particular groups. Then you can drill down to one of those groups and check the members within that group, how many were assigned to each one of those members. And then finally you can drill through to the underlying data to show the raw ticket data on the right hand side. You can of course link through to the underlying ticket in ServiceNow directly by clicking on the link. That will then open ServiceNow up and log you in, take you straight to that ticket. So now let's look at the new KPI system. So what this allows you to do is create on-the-fly calculations on the existing counts that are stored within the eMite transaction system. So rather than just thinking about counts, we can look at percentages and ratios. So this first example here, we've got the incidents failing SLA, and there's the template that we've used. So it's sum A divided by sum B times 100 equals X%. So this is a percentage. So what happens here, it takes all of the incidents in set A, divides them by the total in set B, and creates the percentage there. So in set A, we've got this incident count and the most recent set to 1. So what that means in eMite is that it's taking the most recent version of the transaction. So we store all of the history of all of the tickets over time, and for KPI purposes we want to get the most recent version. We then added another filter here, which is looking at the overall resolution SLA, and that's breached. So simply you just go into the measures here, select the measure, and then you can filter down to the dimension you want, and this is how you actually go and build it. And I would choose breached and then add that to set A or set B or whatever I wanted. So it's very easy to set up. The third thing to do is look at the boundaries. So we can set boundaries on this. This is looking at the X% of course at the top. So then we can go in here, we can add as many boundaries as we want, and this adds the conditional formatting on the actual end reports. So you can go into here and there's a nice color picker to choose the colors for the threshold boundaries. Once that's done, we update the cube, and that's dynamically added in on the fly and is available for reporting immediately. So there's no need to create new tables or write SQL statements or XML. It's all done dynamically in the back end in the eMite cube. So just quickly looking at another example, so that's a simple dimension filter. We can also do time-based filtering as well. So here's the concept of time spent in state. So this is looking at the total number of service calls that took over 240 minutes to close, and it's looking at these states here. So we've got in progress, new, open and pending, and then in the set B you want the total number in those states. So it's really filtering all the ones that took longer than 4 hours that were in those states, and there we've got the color thresholds there. So what we can show now is example how we use those reports and what they look like on the end dashboard. Here you can see the percentage of incidents resolved on first call by the assignment group. So all of those KPIs can be aggregated and sliced and diced against any of the dimensions that are in the eMite system, which basically come from ServiceNow. All of the attributes in ServiceNow can become dimensions in the eMite transaction cube. And here you can see the conditional formatting has been applied there automatically. I can also switch between the grid and the chart view, and you can see the formatting gets applied there. So you've got the network team there. They've resolved 100% of their incidents on first call, and they get a green. And then you've got these are the ones that are in a red status, as you'd expect. So let's look at creating a new page from scratch. So we're going to the plus, and here you can choose the different layouts. Let's choose this one, and then here's the selection of data blocks available for the ServiceNow module. So let's look at the report set grid. What this is able to do, it's able to show a collection of reports that were in a report set you made. So if we scroll down to the KPI overview set, which is down here, this will then show several KPIs in one view, actually showing the status of the most recent value as well. That again comes from the conditional formatting. I can then add a new report here, and then we can do a link. So if we go to choose report, and here we can see a selection of out of the box reports. Here we've got incidents over time. So now what we can do is link. We can link the executive overview data block to the incidents over time report. So if I click on number of incidents breaching SLA, then I get my overview for that particular KPI. Here's my incident change ratio over time. Then what you could do is create a new report that shows the breakdown for that month, for example. So if we go down here, we'll actually show you how you can create a new report from scratch. Let's just maximize that. So we choose the eMite cube and the transaction system. We go into incident. Then on the x-axis we choose how we want to aggregate those incidents, and it's a date type report, date trend, and within the date dimension we've got these various hierarchies here, and I think we'll just show you the day of the month, because we're going to filter down the date, the month of the year. So here we go, and we can create the name here, incidents by day of month. Then we can just choose an existing report set and go save and exit. Then we can restore that back and then do a link. So we'd link this graph down to the new report set we've just made. So if I click on May, I now get the breakdown for May. Then finally we can do a new page. And then do a save. And of course we can go in here and change the chart type as well, and we can change the chart settings and change the color if needed as well. Once you're happy with that, you can also just go to update. And that's the end of the presentation.